Alright, this is the old race that came off of this carrier. So what I did was, I opened it up. I used the flap wheel like I showed you right there, that little demonstration. But I've been doing this for a little bit to get this. I've been taking this and opening it up slowly, not going crazy with it. And what we have now is, it fits right over the top of the carrier. So now when I press the new bearing down, see how it's raised here? You can see a raised edge. This now will actually, when I press this down this way, it'll travel past that. And it'll seat this right on this little ledge here. It'll seat this race on that ledge where it's got to be. So we have that in motion. Now what we're going to do is we're trying to get tools now set and ready. I've had these for a while. This is a Harbor Freight deal. This essentially is going to pull out the races in the axles. I don't know how good they are. We'll see how well it works. So, it's got the multiple sizes, and we have that. We also, during this rebuild, we're going to need the beam style for setting drag, pinion, backlash, seal puller. A bearing and seal driver kit, and I don't know if this is going to, essentially it's a slide hammer. It's a slide hammer, and hopefully that end will thread into these ones like this, which they do. So we can pull these races out. So I'm going to start knocking out the races and seals, and I'll bring you back when I have some more to show. Maybe do some action work here. Alright guys, so let me get set up and then we'll take it from there. Alright, I don't know how well you can see, but there's two little notches way down at the bottom there, you see, to the left and right, that allows you to put a punch on that and try to knock that race out. So what I'm going to try to do is get down and punch that out now. So to give that little it's essentially, I think that's what those little keyways are for. You probably could put a seal driver in there, or bushing driver in there and knock it out. But I'm going to use those two little tabs there and bang on either side and punch this thing through. So I shall be back in a second. I got an aluminum drift here. So that's how you pop that race out. Okay, the same applies for the other one, but this one I'm going to use. This rear end's precariously close to the edge here. I got the same keyways here, but I'm going to use a brass punch, and this rear end is really wiggling it, moving around a lot on me. And these two will starting to go now. Good solid smacks, one then the other, alternate. And it's going. I have to keep these races because I'm going to have to do what I did with my Baron race. There's that one. Alright, now I gotta pop the seals out. I'm running out of battery. This camera is, the camera I think has had it. It's not taking a charge. So I'm gonna try to do this and expedite this. And hopefully this rear end doesn't decide to want to go for a ride. Breaking. We got new seals coming, so I'm not too worried about this. Wow. It was in there. Alright, there's that one. Gotta pause, yeah. Alright, this is the smallest one. This seems like the only one that could actually fit this bearing. I hope I don't lose the rear end doing this. Okay. Okay. There's that. I'm going to repeat the same on the other side. And then this rear end is actually will be stripped down. I'll do the other side and I'll bring you back in a second. Alright guys, back, everything's out clean. We have, the races are really good. Everything looks good inside here. Everything came out easily. We also have, I think this rear end has been dabbled with before because we got a double stamp mark here, and you got a double stamp on the cap for orientation. So I can't mess this up. This is for this one, and this is for that one. Like I say, the races are out. Everything's out. This thing is stripped down. I just got to wash it all down and throw some primer on it. Question I was asking, I need to ask somebody, is do I take the original races that I punched out? I've seen somebody do this, and what they did was they cut the outside edge of it so it fits kind of like this race on the carrier. Let's see if we can get this thing to stand up right. So I did the inside edge where this goes on now easily. Do the outside edge and use this as a checker so I don't have to keep, you know, pressing out. I might have to put a shim back here, I don't know. So I saw this guy doing that. I think it was an Oldsmobile 44 or something like that. What he did was he took his races and he ground down the outside edge of both, and put them in and install them as checkers for his pinion gear so he can set his pinion depth. I don't have that fancy tool that I seen another video where a guy did it with a fancy tool. It's got 2 pucks that go in. They seat right in here. It's got a bar that goes across, and you got a dial indicator it'll give you actual center measures and what the factory preset usually is, but I don't have any of that. I'm not gonna go out and buy a $400 freaking tool just to do this. So can I do that and use that as a checker? Just use it to check my pinion depth. That way I could take it out, pull it in. I don't have to keep diddling with it. If I have to put a spacer behind here, it didn't have a spacer, so I don't know if I'm just overthinking this. So another thing is, I do not have a rear pinion yoke that comes out with the caps. I'm not going to take that one apart. I'm going to leave that rear end whole. If anybody has a spare one kicking around that they're not using a rear end, or the rear end is too far gone, I need the yoke and the actual cut nut for the pinion. If anyone's got a spare one, you can inbox me and we can work something out, and that would be great if there's anybody out there in YouTube land. So we got to strip down. The 8.5 is pretty much to the point where things are going to start going back in, and then we're going to start messing with this. Also, this came today. It is the actual carrier shim kit. Finally came in. I said last video or 2 videos ago that was the shim kit. No, that's actually the pinion shim kit. It didn't come with the side shim for the carriers. Now I have that. It's got an assortment. These are the factory ones. These are the factory ones that came with this rear end. These are the ones that came out with that rear end. And then I have another set in here that came with this carrier, which is, I don't know where it is now. Those shims, I think they're in a bag somewhere. So pretty much all this that you see here came out of that rear end. So I don't know if this is going to work left or right, but I have the side shims now. I can adjust it, set my pinion depth, and get my gears to sit where they're supposed to and mesh properly. So this is Mark in the 2nd gen. We are trying to get this stuff done, and I don't know. I think I'm going to talk to my cousin, maybe use his press. Damn, those things are loud. Use his press, or I'm going to try to do it the old-fashioned way with a socket and bang this bastard on.
Love your car.
Thank you. Thank you. And I should charge him admission to look at the cars. I would probably make 50 cents. Yeah, so should I do it the old school way, bang it on myself, or should I just press it on? That's a couple of questions. Alright guys, so this is it for a Sunday. We're done for the weekend. Mark from the 2nd gen. You all be safe. Thanks for watching, commenting, and subscribing. And we will see you on the next one. Stay safe, brothers. Peace.